That's not very important, the way you look. But as soon as you sing Elvis Presley's music, or the American music, that's the thing, on stage. There you prove who you are. Or you die on Beale Street. I was not an Elvis impersonator or an Elvis singer in the French part of the country. I was the first one, and I was really young, so everybody used to say, wow, look at that kid, because I was a kid, and so, wow, look at that kid. I got full sideburns, you know, I painted and everything, and everybody was impressed already about my age and what I was doing already on stage and the way I was singing, because I was 15, 16, 17, blah blah blah, and I stopped working because the boss at my work used to call me all the time Elvis, and I really hate that. I don't especially like when people call me Elvis. And for sure one day I'm making joke about it, like, hey Elvis, you want to do that thing and dance like Elvis? You know, it's like if I have to work and dancing like Elvis in the same time. I hate that. I hate this kind of mentality, a small mentality. I mean, it's not because you sing Elvis that you directly do believe that you are Elvis Presley. If I may talk about it, I will never forget the guy who came to me in 1 year. It was probably in 98, 99 or something. And the guy came to me with his jumpsuit and he looked at me and he said, you know, I talk like Elvis, I walk like Elvis, I sing like Elvis, but I'm not Elvis. And the only thing I want to do is just, I know that. And you know, I didn't do it, but I was ready to slap him because this, in my mind, it just sounds crazy. My real father, his name is Franz Govaerts, and I'm Franz Govaerts. My grandfather from his side was Francois Govaerts, and my grandfather was Franz with a S. So in fact, I'm Franz Govaerts the fifth. And at home, sometime he called me Junior. It was happened. Sometime he called me Junior. And when I became an Elvis fan and started to singing, Francine, my mom, my real mother, decided to call me Elvis Junior. They put it together and it became, they put it together and he started to be Elvis Junior on stage. And so I really don't like that stage name, but I make something with it. It was a big deal here in the United States when I arrived in 1996 in Memphis, and everybody was asking me what is my stage name, and I say Elvis Jr. And it was many people who really do believe that I was pretend to be the son of Elvis Presley, because over here you have some kind of man who really do believe that they are Elvis's son. And so I didn't know at that time that it was a big mistake and a big deal over here in the United States. So it took me years and years to let the people understand that I'm not Elvis's son, first of all, and don't pretend to be Elvis's son. It's just coming like that. So anyway, so my name is Franz Govaerts. I like it or not, I'm not Elvis's son, and I'm not anymore Elvis Jr. I want to be Franz, the Elvis fan, and I want to do my own career. I want to do something, and I will never forget it, where I came from. I will always sing Elvis's song, by his style or not, whatever, and I will always love him. Oh yeah, first time I came here in Memphis, and for sure in Beale Street, it was a real pleasure, first of all. But at the same time, I was so scared because my English was so bad, and everybody was talking to me because everybody was so enjoyed to see like an Elvis impersonator, you know, and so people was stopping and take pictures and just enjoyed the fact that I was looking a little bit like Elvis. Wow, don't know why.
You did come to Beale Street then, that trip?
Yeah, every year. I mean, every year it's like, you know, we have to be in Beale Street because Memphis, it's Elvis, but it's also music. The history of Beale Street is amazing. The people in Beale Street are amazing. The girls in Beale Street are amazing. So we have to be in Memphis, in Beale Street, for sure.
first one I was in Baltimore, and Ronnie Duff, the singer Ronnie Duff, came to me and said, "Do you hear what's happened in Belgium?" I said, "No." In France, I'm sorry. He said, "Do you hear what's happened in Paris?" It's pretty close from my house, you know, something like 2 hours driving. And I know my son's was over there at the soccer game, and I said, "No, what's happened?" He said, "Somebody kills people." I tried to call my wife and my sister for an hour, and there was no answer, and I was so worried, and I was ready to go on stage and sing. It was amazing. It was the first day, so the first day wasn't a big show, it was a meet and greet. So it was the first time for many people who never saw me, you know, to introduce myself and things like that. And so I was crying so hard because I can't keep in touch with my family. I was worried about it. And then after an hour I talked with my wife, and she said to me, "Everything is fine. The kids are doing okay." And so it was amazing for me. And I don't know how I look on, because I'm sure that some people record the show. I sing something like, you know, 35 minutes, 40 minutes. I don't know what is my face, the way I look, but believe me, I cry an hour before the show, and I have to do it. It's just I have no choice, you know. It's like when you entertain the people, and something wrong happened in your family, like when I lost my dad, or that night I was on stage. It's no way, you have to do it. The baddest thing happened to me once. I was performing in I don't remember the city, but I was performing with many people, and not because of me, but because those people are coming every year at the same place to enjoy it, have fun. And so if it's an Elvis tribute artist, or Claude Francois, Johnny Hallyday, or Dean Martin, whatever, they are here. So it's just a present from the organization to the audience. So, but anyway, I was there, and it was many people, and it was a group of girls over there was watching at me singing, and there was I mean, the girls was enjoying it, but the boyfriend just behind was a little bit upset, you know what I mean? They was really upset, and because they was joking about me just to make sure that the girlfriend don't look at me. But I realized that they was joking about me, so I do something wrong. I play with the girl a little bit, you know, just, you know, love me tender. I was playing a little bit, and I was standing on the stage, and it's a big bottle of beer, a real one. I just see it arrived, and boom, right on my head. And I didn't blood anything, but I was hurt. So Luke, the guy who take care of me on stage, like if it was my Charlie Hodge, just directly grabbed me and he put me out of the place, because he was scared that something wrong, you know, people's gonna fight with me, just because I was a little bit playing, and you know, just to make them quiet. Anyway, I missed it, and so I went back to my dressing room, and the boss came to me and he said, "What's happened?" And I explained to him what's happened, and he said to me, "Yeah, and now they are all," it was something like 15 or 20 guy, and he said to me, "They are all looking for you now, and they want to fight with you." And so I was really scared, in fact, because it was 20 guy, and I just take a look, you know, quietly. I just take a look, and it was really 20 guy who look in every car if I was in, and it was only one way to go out of that place. So I have to I have to jump in the trunk, and you know, with stuff on my head, and just make sure that they didn't see me, because they was looking in every car if the Elvis was there. And so I walk out that place in the trunk, and it scared me a lot, because first of all, they was making joke at me, then I tried to, you know, and so I play with the girl wrong, and then at the end I have to go in the trunk. So it was the best story happened to me, I do believe.
My grandfather was a military for all his life. He was in a concentration camp in Germany for almost a year, and so he met my grandmother in Leuk. It's a city in Belgium. My grandma, her name was Martha in English, and my grandfather was Albert. They loved to sing. They really enjoyed music, really good music. They go at the temple because we are Protestant, and in Europe, when you are Protestant, you go at the temple. And they was over there every Sunday for sure. They have a lot of friends, and they was singing over there every week. I used to tell my dad, "Hey, Daddy, may I play an LP or something?" And he said, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And so the first time I put it on, it was, you know, songs like Padre, Heart of Rome, some beautiful song like this, and I used to sing with Elvis. And my dad used to tell me all the time, "Son, you got a really powerful voice and you have to do something with it." But then at the end, he passed away in 2004, but in 2002, 2003, he used to tell me all the time, "You have to stop doing that contest, the Images of the King contest, because they will never let an European guy be the winner." And I said, "Dad, you're probably wrong, and I'm gonna do it. Someday I'm gonna do it." Sadly, he passed away in 2004. I went in 2006, and Mom passed away in 2012. So I will never forget that night, August 19, 2006. I win the contest. Directly called her, and it was something like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning at home, and she just fell in tears. She was crying, and I was crying too, and she said something like, he is probably really proud of you, and I hope so. I hope so.